B.LEAGUE action comes your way once again as the SUNROCKERS Shibuya host KYOTO HANNARYZ. SUNROCKERS Shibuya still with an outside chance of making it to the playoffs, but they need to continue winning right here. They are on a 3-game winning streak, looking to make it 4 here today. We'd like to welcome you all to the Aoyama Gakuin Memorial Hall, our venue here today, the home of SUNROCKERS Shibuya. These squads have been warming up as early as 45 minutes ago. But for SUNROCKERS Shibuya, they need a victory. For KYOTO HANNARYZ, just wanting to play the spoiler's role. Who will get their way, we'll find out in a bit. As you take a look at the team standings here. SUNROCKERS Shibuya at 26-22 in the Central Conference. No chance to be able to catch the San Neil Phoenix at 38-10. 13-35 is the record of KYOTO HANNARYZ. They're out of the picture. But at this point, they'd like to be able to pick up as many wins as possible and also play the spoiler's role to those trying to make it to the playoffs. There you see SUNROCKERS Shibuya actually just 2 games off the Susano Magic. So if you want to stay in step, at least within those 2 games, SUNROCKERS cannot lose here today. They've got a packed lineup if you look at it. They'll be introduced a little bit later on, but as you can take a look at their lineup, they've got number 4, Jeff Gibbs, number 5, Anthony Clemens. They have number 8, Josh Hawkinson, who's actually a naturalized player. You've got number 9, Leo Vendrame, who is part of the Japanese national squad. Looking down at their lineup, they also have Ryan Kelly as one of their other imports. They used to have in their lineup James Michael McAdoo. But he's not in the lineup right now, so they're going with the 3 imports. They've got Jeff Gibbs, Clemens, and Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly once played for the Los Angeles Lakers. As we take a look at Josh Hawkinson. He runs the floor very well. He plays inside-outside. He's a 3-level scorer. And one of the main reasons why he is part of the naturalized pool of players for Japan. He was utilized in the last World Cup, which was co-hosted by the Philippines, Japan, and Indonesia. There's Kelly. He's a dead shot from the outside. Leo Vendrame had 20 points in that last encounter. That's why he's a member of the Japanese national squad. That's him on your screens. You'll need to lead the way once again as far as the local charge is concerned. On the other side, let's take a look at the lineup of KYOTO HANNARYZ. Of course, they have Matthew Wright there, number 7. Their Asia Kota import from the Philippines. They have number 10, Charles Jackson, as one of their imports. They have number 21, Kevin Jones. Yuta Okada, number 77, is their local star. They also have number 31, Check Diallo, as part of the lineup. This actually is supposed to be a potent unit if you look at it, but they were just not able to really showcase what they can really do here. They're going to have to look forward to next season. If you take a look at the 3 officials handling proceedings here, they've got referee Arisawa, referee Aoki, and referee Kan. You got a starting 5 from both these squads. Key players. You have Clemens on one side, and you have Matthew Wright on the other. That'll be an interesting matchup. Clemens, one of the shortest imports that we have here. Too many of the teams in the B.LEAGUE have opted to go for a point guard as an import, but Anthony Clemens, standing 6'2", 29 years old, from the United States. is one of them. He'll be handling the ball most of the time. Up against that gentleman right there from the Philippines, Matthew Wright. Matthew has had a very good transition to the B-League here, but unfortunately his squad has just not been able to come away with the wins. They're going to miss the postseason in the second year. Matthew Wright has taken his game here to Japan.
Orange Crush, presented by Lexel. SUNROCKERS SHIBUYA versus KYOTO HANNARYZ.
Now we got the introduction of the players.
Number 3, HANNARYZ. Number 10, Charles Jackson.
There's their starting five. Number 3, Kanta Mizuno. Number 10, Charles Jackson. Number 11, Satoru Maeda. Number 21, Kevin Jones. And number 77, as we mentioned, their star, Yuta Okada. Coming off the bench will be the star from the Philippines, Matthew Wright. Now, let's enjoy the fanfare as we welcome the hometown SUNROCKERS, Shibuya. There you have the starting five for SUNROCKERS Shibuya. Starting at number 4, Jeff Gibbs. Number 5, Anthony Clemens. Number 8, Ross Hawkinson. Then they have number 9, Leo Bendrano. And number 28. 28 is Kazuma Tsuya. They're not messing around. They want to be able to get off to a jackrabbit start and finish strong. Nice look there at Coach Roy Rana. The coach of Kyoto from Canada. The coach of SUNROCKERS is Coach Luka Pahisevic. Here we go. Finishing all the pleasantries first. And then time to rock and roll. Hawkinson and Jackson. Jump. Hawkinson with the tip. And it goes to Clemens. Usually he'll be the orchestrator, but he gives it up early. Extra pass. That is great touch passing to start things off, and Shibuya up 2-0. Chance of defense. Everybody here inside the Memorial Hall engaged. Misfiring there. Clemens to the board. He'll push it up. Token defense being shown there by Kanta. Vendrame. Hawkinson for three. Josh Hawkinson helps give his squad a 5-point advantage. That's what you know he can do. He can really light it up from the outside. We talked about him being a 3-level scorer. Yuta calling his number. Forces up a 3 and hits. He's a tough cover. He can hit from just about anywhere as well. And that lead down to 2. This is a real potent squad if you look at Kyoto HANNARYZ. Things just didn't go according to plan. He's got a solid 7-8 players. Not to mention a Czech Bialo, former NBA star. Should have been averaging at least 20 points. Charles Jackson also had a few years in the NBA. We're hoping it comes together next season. Just looking to finish the season strong. Gibbs for 3. Not really the most accurate shooter from that far out. We like to take it strong inside. There's Okada, up and under move. He's got all the 5 points for his squad, and that ties things up at 5. Vendrame finds Hawkinson. We go to the wing. Tuya had to force that one up. Shot clock was winding down. They're going to get a brand new 14 here. Gibbs. Perfect pass. Hawkinson moving so well without the basketball. It's another basket there. Hawkinson with all their points. Okada hits again. He's got all the points for his squad. So it's Hawkinson up against Okada. Now 1-point lead here for Kyoto at 8-7. Coach Luka on his feet. Suya for 3. Will come up short. This is what Gibbs does. Gibbs isn't that tall. He's only 6'2", but he loves to play inside. He's a great inside operator. He's a tough defender as well. Suya will pick up a personal. Will be replaced as number 13, Daiki Tanaka will check in. Daiki also a member of the Japanese national squad. So they've got 2 members of the national team in Vendrame and Tanaka. Can you imagine? And they're here just kind of battle for a spot as a wild card. Tanaka's going to hit once again. He's on fire. He's hit all the 12 points. All the 11 points. Check that. And a timeout will have to be called by Coach Luka. Just some quick reminders there from Coach Luka Pavicevic. They got to play defense. We talked about Kyoto being a powerhouse squad. Vendrame to the wing. Daiki to Hawkinson. Hawkinson steps up and under. We're tied at 11. Tremendous start here by Hawkinson. He's got 9 points. 9 out of the 11. Okada. Perfect feed. That should have been an assist, but nonetheless, no assist. But Jackson will pick up the 2 points and a rebound. And a 2-point lead once again for the visitors. There's the foul from Gibbs. He doesn't agree. He said, I just went straight up. There was verticality. But a foul will be called. Number 1 on Jeff. Jackson converts. Now a 3-point lead enjoyed here by the visitors. Their biggest lead was 5. Steal here. Big slam there from Charles. $15-11 now is our tally. This 5-point lead matches the biggest of Shibuya earlier. Vendrame will pull up for that one. Miss. Jackson with a board. Here comes Yuta Okada. Okada still. Yuta hits. This guy's on fire. So only 2 players have scored for Kyoto. That's Jackson and Okada. Okada with 14 points. Nice hit from the outside. Badly needed shot there. Coming from Clemens. Ryan Kelly will check in for the first time. With some fresh legs off the bench here for Coach Luka. Likewise for Coach Roy as he sends in Check Diallo together with Matthew Wright. $19-15 is our tally. Halfway gone through the opening period. Clemens trying to create once again. Kanta actually just tried to stay in front, and he's limited his production. Daiki will misfire. Yuta tugging at his jersey, calling his number once again, I believe. Well, when you're feeling it, why not? Yes, he hits another one. This guy is sizzling. Already with 17 points. And we've got almost 4 minutes still to be played here in quarter number 1. Daiki using that Ryan Kelly pick. Finds Kelly. Kelly for 3. Little short. Check with the rebound. One calling on number once again. The flip, and Kanta Mizuno gets fouled. 8-point margin here. That was a nice find. He could have tried to force the issue, but Kanta Mizuno was free at the wing. Mizuno makes the first. Now 24-14. Double-digit advantage by the visitors. Lemons inside. That's another individual that can actually get every shot he wants. But he likes to get his teammates involved. But right now it looks like he might have to take on the scoring cudgels. Turning that lead down to 8. That was a heat check. So far so good for Yuta Okada with his 17 points. Under 3 to be played here. Here's Clemens once again. Daiki to Ryan. Ryan's long two. That's too easy. He can just rise and score. He's going to put the lead down to 6. Nice turn. Kevin Jones gets denied. He'll bring it closer. A little bit too strong. Check Diallo can't get the board. Nice steal. Kelly, couple of moves against 3 defenders. We'll want to rethink that decision. When he saw 3, you want to just kick it out. Pretty good defense that time from Matthew. Jeff gives back. He's one powerful individual. Comes in together with Leo. 24-18 is our tally. Vinicius checked in. Nice pocket pass, but that one a little bit too low for Charles Jackson to handle. Check Diallo's gonna pick up that personal there. 3 team fouls for Shibuya. 2 team fouls for the visiting squad. Jumper not gonna work. Jackson clears. Kenichi at the 1. Nice Jackson doesn't even dribble. 2 long strides and he slams it through. Jackson now with 7 points to go with 2 rebounds. They find Kelly. Kelly will get to his spot. That rims out though. Matthew looking for space. Finds Jackson. Jackson will kick it out. They repost. Ooh. At the right place in terms of his defensive stance was Jeff Gibbs. That's exactly where Charles Jackson was trying to go. Gibbs to the wing. Tanaka. Yes. That's a specialty of the house. These are supposed to be his peak years. Leads down to 5. Final attempt at the basket here. They go inside. Charles Jackson with another slam. It has been a tremendous quarter for the visitors, especially for Yuta Okada and his import, Charles Jackson. After the first period, they're up by 8. Check that. They're up by 7. 28-21. Second quarter underway. Gibbs comes away with a skirmish. Comes away out of that skirmish with the rebound. Still a 7-point lead enjoyed by Kyoto. Bendrano goes all the way in. Matthew Wright's got to be able to really shut the door on that lane. Lead down to 5. Going up without the ball that time was Konishi. Tanaka taking his time. Kicks it out. Two-man game there with Kelly. Back to Daity. Shot clock's winding down. Leo realizes it. Forces it up. Nothing there. Easy jumper. That is what I expected from the beginning here from Czech Diallo. He can score against anyone. Hasn't been averaging what everybody wanted and expected of him here. Kelly left wide open. Can't hit though. They swing it around. It ends up again with Konishi. Satoru Maeda in the ball game to begin the second period. We look for check. The pass is stolen. Kelly to the wing. Back to Kelly. That's a great pass from Chuya. Kelly should have been going straight to the hole. Here comes the man who has been on fire. Yuta Okada will check back in. Already with 17 markers. Back in is the starting point guard, Kanta Mizuno. Once again hitting from the outside. 20 points already here. And it's back to a 10-point lead. He's definitely feeling it here this afternoon. Clemens will misfire. In the open court, check Diallo. Ooh, he copped out. Maeda. Back to check. Alright, look for your main man. That time the shot not gonna drop, but there's check Diallo to clean things up. Not even 3 minutes gone, and a timeout will be called here by Coach Luca. His team trails now by 12. Gibbs scores there. That's going to cut the lead down to 10. But Shibuya's got to play defense, especially against that man with the ball. They have Daiki Tanaka on him. You might be thinking of putting on an import, like maybe Jeff Gibbs. Maeta charges. Gibbs not able to save that one. Explaining to the referee exactly what happened, saying, I wasn't out of bounds. Nonetheless, the officials say it's a baseline inbound here for Yuta Okada. .7 remaining. Still enough time for a catch and shoot. A tremendous defense there from Clemens. Oh, there's no way you can make a spin. He didn't realize the shot clock was winding down. That was lack of recognition there from Charles. Now at the point. We find Hawkinson. Hawkinson a little bit off to the left. Utah already with 20 points. Finds Jackson for another 2. No. But an assist coming up here. That's going to be 2 fouls on Jeff Gibbs. He's not happy with the call. Let's take a look at it again. Not too much contact there, but nonetheless, from the angle of the referee, you understand how he made that call, why he made that call. Shibuya is in for the first time, number 34. And that's not surprising, he wasn't ready to shoot. Here's Hawkinson to the wing. Open 3, that rims out. Look at the open shot though, that was Genki Kojima who could have knocked it down. Shibuya inside. Denied once again is Jackson, but he'll get it back. But an offensive foul is what they say, and is what they will call. That's a good pass from Rion. There's where they called the charge. When he dipped his shoulder. A little bit of an explanation there. 11-point lead still enjoyed by Kyoto. They came here to win. They wanted to embarrass the home squad. Despite the fact that they know they're not going to make it to the postseason, they're going to go down as spoilers to every team they face here till the very end of the season. Jackson will take a seat. Kelly, extra pass. Tsuya. I'd like to see that again. There didn't seem to be that strong of a shove. Did he make contact with the face? Because Josh Hawkinson is holding on to his face here. They're going to review this one, I believe. Yes, they will. Watch it here. There wasn't much. There was a little bit of contact, yes. Now they're going to review it first. Should be just a regular foul. As expected, just a regular foul. Hawkinson, though, felt like he got poked in the eye, and so he went down. Check Diallo says, yep, that's my bad. That was a foul. That's going to be number 2, though, on check. Team fouls on Kyoto, just one for Shibuya. Lemons. It's inside, and Josh will score. Great two-man game. Cut that lead down to 9 as we get to this official timeout.
Immediately go back, we go over, and then get over. But we gotta be aggressive. It's a play. But the most important is we gotta get this. In our face. And in the end of it, we just let him walk and shoot over the space. Watch out. The rest of the play.
The outside is not going to work. Check Diallo trying to work. Gets him another possession. And Matthew Wright scores his first basket of the game. Bringing that lead back up to 11. Matthew has been contributing in other aspects. The pass. Tuya sets up. Swishes that one. That's actually Genki Kojima. They're double checking if that was a 3. Sure looked like it. stepping on that line. Might have had a toe on it. Initially given the 3. That's why the score shows 38-30. It might be brought back to 38-29. But an angle we just saw, not conclusive. This might be better. Ooh, it looked like he did have a toe there on the line. They say it's a 3. To the delight of the fans here at the Aoyama Gakuen Memorial Hall. We're essentially filled to the rafters, and why not? This is a very important game for Shibuya. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Yuta Okada going to work. Yuta against his national teammate. Coach Luca barking out instructions. Good defense from Hawkinson to deny the pass to Check. Defense once again. The home squad needs a stop. That's a nice find. Kevin Jones extricates and hits a 3. What patience there. Make sure he was wide open. His first basket of the ball game. Kevin Jones, another explosive import. Tanaka to the corner. Clemens will overshoot. Jones picks up a board. Yuta finds Clemens making his move. Settles for the floater. He's got 5 points now here in the last 30 seconds. Clemens. Hawkins with a long 2. That's why we have a quick timeout here from Coach Roy Rana. There was just no switch in that instance. He wants to be able to make sure they correct that defensively. Surprisingly, it's not Utah bringing it down. He does end up with him anyhow. Up against Kelly. Still puts it up. Short miss, but check Diallo once again, keeping it alive. He's got 6 points. Everybody contributing. Now a 13-point lead enjoyed. 45-32. Nothing there for Kelly. Good seal, check. Will be fouled? Foul be called on Hawkinson before he could make that turn. Charles Jackson will check in. Charles Jackson was very effective in the first period. And you can hear the Go SUNROCKERS chant. Clemens inside, up and under move. There was contact. And he finishes strong. Dipsy-do move. Watch it here. Clearly much stronger there than Mizuno. Second foul be called on Kanta. Drame with a pass. They go to Hawkinson. Gibbs can't get it for the putback. Helter-skelter basketball. It's now 3-on-2 the other way. Gibbs will lose it. Now Utah will lose it as well. Clemens forward. Easy layup there by Daiki. 5 points now for Tanaka as a timeout will be called by Coach Roy Rana. Almost a steal. Gibbs can't complete it. Okada to the wing. They go inside to Charles. Charles has got a size mismatch. Easy turn. That is 6'10" up against 6'2". 12 points on the contest for Charles. Under a minute to be played here before the halftime break. Back up to a 10-point lead for Kyoto. They're in the penalty though. Gibbs. That's a nice fake. Showed pass. Took it in for the layup. He's got 6 points. Under 20 seconds remaining here. Okada. Actually, Shibuya's got fouls to give. They have 2 if they want to use it. Yuta fires and hits once again. He's got 23 points in the first half. Gibbs tries to answer. That would have counted. 2 quarters done here at the Aoyama Gakuen Memorial Hall in Shibuya. And the home squad trails the visitors by 11 at the break.
ということで3人脱落するということになりますね。さあでは円も少し小さくなりました。皆さん楽しそうに歩いてくださいね。それでは2回戦スタート。ちょっとねいつもとまだ違うところとか前の人との感覚が違うところがあったりしますよ。3人がちょっと遅れてる感じもある。おさあ
You're enjoying highlights here of the first 2 quarters of play. Daiki Tanaka scoring there in that layup after that helter-skelter piece of action. And then Jackson manhandling the fact that Jeff Gibbs is 8 inches shorter. Here once again is Yuta Okada. A terrific first 2 quarters for him. Take a look at the numbers. Both teams shooting just about the same from 2-point distance. But here is where the main difference counts from 3-point country. Kyoto shooting 80%, 8 out of 10. Only 33%, 4 out of 12 for the SUNROCKERS Shibuya. In terms of turnovers, 10-4. Can you imagine that? 6 more turnovers, but still, they enjoyed an 11-point edge. Take a look at a key player matchup. Scoring-wise and assist-wise, Clemens has the advantage. At the end, still, it's a big lead for the visiting squad and Matthew Wright. As we look at the leading scorers for both squads, Okada's got 23, 12 for Jackson, and Check Diallo with 6. For the home squad, Hawkinson with 13, 8 for Clemens, and Gibbs with 6. Second half is underway. Gibbs gets stripped. Got an offensive rebound though. Clemens. Out to Daiki. Back to Clemens. That's a real potent lineup here. 2 national team members, naturalized player, and 2 imports. SUNROCKERS have got to make their move now. Okada goes to Jackson. Jackson will overshoot though. That was his fault really. It should have been an easy lay-in. Hawkinson drills in a 2. Cuts the lead down to 9. He's got 15 points, and now is where they're going to make their stand. They've got to stop that man, though. Okada with his 23 points. What can you do? Hawkinson with the rebound. Foul's going to be called on Kevin Jones. So Shibuya got the stop. First personal foul going to be called on Jones. Vendrame. Now the lead's down to 7. 4 points now in the contest for Leo. Okada, if he comes in just as hot as he was in the first half, Kyoto just might come away with a victory here. Coach Luca not liking that call. Second personal foul going to be called on Anthony. Jackson. If you look at it, they do have a strong crew, but the problem is two of their three world imports, talking about Shibuya, at 6'2". I know Gibbs plays a whole lot stronger and tougher inside that paint than his 6'2" frame. But height is still might in basketball. Gibbs running the floor. They got another stop. And they score once again to bring it down to 5. Clemens finds Daiki. Gibbs. Inside for 2. They have slowly but surely whittled down this advantage. Mizuno goes up on top. Vendrame with a steal. Counter steal by Kanta. What an effort there by Mizuno to save an easy basket. Vendrame gets in there with a steal. But Mizuno comes up quickly behind Gibbs. Yuta not forcing the action here like he did in the first half. Jackson for 2. Only Hawkinson really with a chance to stop him. Both Hawkinson and Charles standing at 6'10". Hawkinson will launch. A little bit too strong on that 3. Kado will bring it down. Early seal once again. Jackson almost lost it. They go right back inside. Easy 2 for Jackson. He's got 16 points. And now the lead back up to 9. And a quick timeout here for Shibuya.
No turnover.
Let's
go.
Let's go. Team on team. 1, 2, 3. Come on.
Let's go.
.45 is our tally. Defensive rebound there by Gibbs. Another possession. 2-man game up high. Clemens. Door shutting him there. Gibbs almost lost it. Eventually does. Yuta quickly to the opposite side. Early seal. Jackson almost lost it. Eventually does. Daiki. To Josh. Bounce pass. Easy lay in there for Vendrame. Now a quick timeout will be called by Coach Roy Rana. His squad has given up too many layups. Defense is being screamed at. Their players here, they want another stop. Their squad is still down by 7. Maeta will come up short there. Pushing it forward. Daichi Tanaka. The pass was offline. Vendrame tried to, you can see, try to lunge for it. Just too many mistakes. Only the 7th turnover though for Shibuya. Already 12 for Kyoto. But they still have a 7-point edge. Yuta has not taken a shot here in the 3rd. He's making a conscious effort to make sure it's his teammates that get involved offensively. Cross-court pass. Maeta for 3. That rims out. Josh with the board. Ryan Kelly in the ball game with the boys in orange. Clemens inside Hawkinson. That foul might be called on Yuta. Charles saying he didn't touch him. He didn't. Because the foul's going to be on Okada. Finding him on the roll. A lot of contact there. Okada will pick up his first personal foul. Yuta Okada, a 25-year-old, standing 6'3", bona fide star for Japanese basketball. Right in the ball game. Only 2 points, but they haven't really needed this scoring song. That's gonna drop there for Czech Diallo, who also just reported for duty once again. He's got 8 points. Leads back up to 8. Just holding the Shibuya charge at bay. Kelly gets it to Vendrame. Ryan, Leo. Anthony for 3, yes! That'll cut the deficit down to 5. 11 points now in the contest for Anthony Clemens. Okada left open for this one. And he is just as hot here in the 2nd as he began in the 1st. First basket though. Now a total of 26 points for Okada. And leads back up to 8. Ryan creating space, forces the issue. Jones will pick up another personal. That's number 2 on Kevin. Well, he jumped up in the air. 2 shots now for Kelly. Coach Luca a little bit about something. You can see him there, very animated in the sidelines. As Kelly makes the first. It's Luka Pavicevic calling the shots for Shibuya. Coach Roy Rana calling the shots for Kyoto. 2 free throws drop. Lead. Still at 6. Tsuya back in the ball game. Nazuma Tsuya, 25-year-old. He's a tough defender and he can hit the outside shot as well. Pass to guard Okada. Chuck Diallo will misfire. Clemens. I don't want to call his number here. Up against Mizuno. Bobbing, weaving, going to the corner. Open 3 for Ryan. Yes! Kelly now with 7 points and the lead is down to 3. This is the closest that Shibuya has come after trailing by as much as 13. Now Okada. Now they go to work. Move. Will not create dividends. What an effort there. Hawkinson for 2. Saving it from going out. Hawkinson now with 18 points. And the lead is down to 1. Approaching the 2-minute mark of the third. Check Diallo. They need him to score. He gets fouled. And he'll head to the line for 2 shots. Hawkinson will pick up a personal. This is the effort we're talking about. Saving it from going out. Tsuya. Saved it. That led to an assist, an easy basket there for Hawkinson, who on the next play picked up his first personal. Diallo. Taking his time here. Will misfire. Usually a reliable free throw shooter. Usually. Makes good on the second. 2-point lead now as Jeff Gibbs will check back in. Daiki Tanaka as well. Very tight rotation here for Coach Luka Pavicevic. In a game that they need to win. To stay within earshot of making it to the playoffs. To the wild card round. Mizuno finds check. Check inside, scores again. Leads back up to 4. Asking for a foul there. He said he got hit in the face. Likewise there, Coach Roy Rana. Working the officials. They look inside, Gibbs. Kicks it out, Tanaka for 3. Yes! Taiki now with 8 points. And an assist for Jeff. Leads back down to 1. That's a great pass. Creating a lot of their offense, aside from scoring on his own, has been Okada. 18 points now in the contest. For the world import, here for the boys in white. That's Jackson. Tsuya will get fouled. Second personal foul going to be called on Okada. 2 free throws here for Kazuma. Kazuma was one of the starters here for Coach Luca. 9 for a possession each before we get to the fourth. Tia knocks down the first. Kickball, they say. Four seconds remaining. That'll count. Tanaka timed that perfectly. That's why he's in the national squad. You can see the patience. He knew exactly what he needed to do against the world import. Double checking once again. That definitely counts. At the end of 3, we are deadlocked at 64.
All right, Sunrocker girls, 428 Raku and Sandy.
Final quarters upon us. Early seal. Before he can make the turn, there's a steal. And Shibuya looking for the lead here. After trailing by as much as 13 points. Gibbs won't force the issue. Now he will. Has to kick it to the wing. Complaints from both players. Referee say just play the game. Everything is deadlocked at 64. What's going on here? Head coach's challenge. I think Coach Roy Rana feels they should get possession. Watch it here. It didn't seem like it was touched by anyone. That should be the ball of Coach Roy Rana's squad. Clearly touched last. But there was also clearly a foul. On the replay, on the challenge, they're going to win it. They'll get possession here. But Gibbs is saying, I got fouled. No foul called, and Kevin Jones there. He continues to bark at the referees. Nevertheless, we've got a good one on our hands. A close one here this Saturday afternoon. Jones almost lost it. Mizuno. Shot clock was down to 3. He had to put that one up. Kyoto's going to need Matthew Wright in the ball game. They're going to need Yuta Okada. Matthew Wright has played sparingly today. Shibuya from the 15-foot line. That'll drop. And Shibuya's got the 2-point lead. They once led 2-0 and 5-0. Then they trailed after that. Pass will go out of bounds. Not a good back pass coming from Konishi. And that's why their star is back. Nice smile there from Yuta. It would be nice to have Yuta in the backcourt there, together with Matthew Wright. Foul will be called on Maeta. The 2-point lead enjoyed here by Shibuya. There's a handful of fans for Kyoto that are here inside the venue at the Memorial Hall in Shibuya. Clemens. What a pass. Gibbs delivers. And that lead is 4. Gibbs asking for a foul once again. He says he got hacked. But it's a 4-point advantage right now, enjoyed by the home squad. Tsuya. No choice, had to foul. Still, no move from Coach Luca to get an import to guard this star here, Okada. It's Tsuya still. Maeta inside. Easy spin. And a duty foul going to be called there on Gibbs. He had no choice. He just said no easy twos. Watch it here. Off that spin. Strong hack. So now Kelly will check in. That's a little bit more ceiling, that's for sure. Ryan Kelly is actually 6'11". So they might put him here on Charles Jackson. That's going to be a much better matchup. At least defensively. Charles with a big smile. And knocks down the free throw. We saw Aki Chambers, the 33-year-old, beside Jeff Gibbs. He has yet to be fielded in by Coach Luca. Jackson will misfire. 3-point lead still protected here by Shibuya. Let's see where they go offensively. Clemens will decide. Two-man game. They go to Hawkinson. And now Daiki. Clemens against Maeta. Shot clock winding down. Will get denied. Good help defense there from Jones. The lob. And before he can put it up, he gets fouled. He's asking for 2 free throws. It might have been on the catch. We're going to say 2 shots of the foul from Tanaka. Then Brahma is going to check back in. Charles makes the first once again. In terms of free throws, Kyoto has only missed 3. 20 points now to Charles. This time makes 2 for 2. Brings his squad to within 1. As Bendrame back in the ball game. Kelly with a handoff. Leo now will orchestrate. They actually have 2 playmakers. Clemens left his feet. Had nobody to pass it to. Okada might be looking for his shot. Does. That rattles out though. Charles Jackson up and under move. Got too cute that time. Foul will be called. Stopping the action here in Mizuno. They're going to review this one. This might be an unsportsmanlike foul. Didn't seem like he made a play for the ball. He just went straight to the body. Third personal foul going to be called on Kanta. Will they review this one? There's the foul. We're going to call it an unsportsmanlike foul straight away. He was actually saying that he made a motion to try to steal the ball. He didn't. He just actually gave a body check. Vendrame misfires there. Still a 1-point lead by his squad. For his squad. Trying to get it to 2. What's the call here? He's going to have another free throw. He wasn't taking a 3-point shot. Check Diallo. Back in action. This man's versatility. From the wing position, he can also operate well inside though. Okada kicks it around. Smart move. Tsuya will pick up a personal here. Third personal foul on Mizuno takes care of the first. And cut the deficit down to 1. The fans are trying to make as much noise as they can. Doesn't work. 6.5 to be played. We got a tight one. Shibuya already in the penalty. With a lot of time still to be played. Quick pass back to Clemens. He will misfire though. Mizuno will bring it down himself. Matthew Wright. Not the scorer's table. Mizuno will score. No, he won't. But for the putback there, check Diallo. Not giving up on the play. And it's now a 1-point lead for the visiting squad. Clemens finds the open Tuya. Kazuma a little bit too strong. Hawkinson is there. Will that count? They say no. He got fouled on the rebound. And Coach Luca there pleading with the referee, saying he went up. Can you challenge that? Let's see it. The foul was there. And then he quickly went up. They say no shot off that second personal foul of Maeta. Matthew in the ball game now. Clemens creates space with misfire. Easy slam there for Josh. He's got 20 points. And it's a 1-point lead. A seesaw affair is what we've got here. Kevin Jones will be fouled. And he hit the deck hard. There was a little bit of body contact. He looked clean up high. Jones gets denied, but there was some contact there with the shoulder. Watch it here. And the body as well. It was definitely clean up high. No question. And now a technical foul will be called on the bench of SUNROCKERS. Matthew Wright takes the technical shot. Promptly makes it. We're tied at 72. Kevin Jones makes the first. Another coming up. Might be a 3-point play in a different manner. Coach Lucas got to be careful. The bench has just picked up a technical foul. Charles Jackson, offensive rebound. Estrada. It's a much better matchup defensively without Gibbs. But Charles Jackson will deliver a point. This is going to bring us to this official timeout. And now it's a 3-point lead by the visiting squad, heading into the final moments of this one. Final 5 minutes of this one. Shibuya with the possession. Down by 3. Two-man game with Kelly. Clemens has to pull it back out. Shot clock down to 4. Forced to put up a 3. Nothing going there. And they give it to Okada. Who's quarterback so well for his squad. Not to mention the fact that he's hit a dozen shots. Clock winding down. Mizuno tries to flip it up. That's smart play coming from Josh. Cut the block. And use the fact that Mizuno was out of bounds. Watch it here. There's the block. And hits it off Mizuno. Exceptional play. Maeta back. 6'2", 26-year-old player for Kyoto. Vendrame finds Hawkinson. Clemens. Vendrame for 3. Short. Hawkinson gets that first once again. He is all over the court. Kelly. Open 3. Clemens. Bang. We're tied at 75. 14 points now for Anthony. We have not had too many overtime games. Here for our coverage. Matthew Wright for 2. Good line, just short. And the foul's going to be called there on Charles. And that will put Kyoto also in the penalty. Third personal foul on Charles. For both teams in the penalty till the end. Daiki Tanaka to the corner. Another 3. Yes! Back-to-back 3s. Here for Anthony Clemens. And they're up by 3. Okada will get it back. We'll try to bring it closer. Couple of fakes, kicks it out. Sidestepping move. That's going to drop there for Kanta Mizuno. Still a 1-point lead enjoyed by Shibuya. Down to 2:33 on the clock. Chance of go SUNROCKERS. Smart move from Tanaka. Challenging Okada defensively. Third personal foul going to be called on Okada. And 2 shots for the national team member. Tanaka's a dead shot, especially from the free throw line. Leads back up to 2. Makes it 3. Kissing it off the glass there is Okada. Timeout will now be called by Coach Luca. He wants to set up a play offensively for his squad. Crucial play here for the boys in orange. Clemens orchestrating. Two-man game with Josh. He'll step back, put up a three. He has 3 straight threes here. Coming up big. Now for a total of 20 points is Anthony. Quick attack. 2 free throws coming up here for Charles Jackson. The problem with Charles is his free throw shooting has been on and off. Watch this. Pocket pass. A lot of contact for sure. Definitely a foul. First personal foul called on Leo Vendrame. He makes the first. Knocks down the second as well. Well, he's come to play, especially here in the final minutes. Charles Jackson has. Welcome to the Twilight Zone, the final 2 minutes. Hawkinson kicks it out. Daiki to Kelly. Kelly forced up the shot and it drops. $85-81. Okada gets it. Ryan picks him up. They go to the mismatch. And Kevin Jones. Jones inside for 2. Off the switch, Jones said, I'm going to take Tanaka to the hoop. Leads down to 2. We have now breached the 1 minute mark. They spread out the offense. 2-man game. Kelly will get it to the wing. Vendrame forced to put up a 3. Hits! What a shot from Leo Vendrame. Nothing but the bottom of the net there. Watch it here once again. Under a lot of duress. Slightly falling back. He was poetry in motion. They just need one more stop. It's a 2-possession ball game now. Kyoto needs to score. Doesn't have to be a 3. Falling away, that's going to come up short. That should be ball game. They've got a foul to extend this game. They're not fouling. Eventually Jones with a foul there. So Clemens will have 2 free throws. And Roy Rana saying, we fouled them a lot earlier, wanting to extend this ball game. The insurance free throws. here for Anthony Clements. One of the heroes this afternoon, especially with his 3 threes here in the fourth period. Three big threes from Anthony Clements and another one from Leo Vendrame. Did the trick. Timeout will be called by Coach Roy Rana, but his team is down by 7 with only 25 seconds remaining. They don't even need a defensive stop here. Even if the boys in white score, this game is over. There's going to be a quick foul on Mizuno. Wondering why he was fouling. There's no way they can overhaul this deficit. Fourth personal foul on Kanta. Hawkinson just icing this contest. Will pick up another free throw. Hawkinson now with a total of 21 points. He could tie the total of Clements. Doesn't. Will Okada want to have the final say? Hands it over. Three-pointer not gonna drop there for Jones. Tremendous scoring day for Okada with 28 points. He had 23 during the first half. Will all go for naught. Shibuya getting the victory that they need to stay in step, to try to make it to the next phase of competition, and they win this one 91-83. Coming from behind, trailing by as much as 13, but in the end still getting the W. They trailed by 7 after the first, trailed by 4. Even 4 more actually in the third, but in 11-point third quarter tied things up. We're gonna have a party here for sure, because the home squad got the victory. We're gonna hear from Coach Luka Pavicevic, and definitely a lot of the stars of SUNROCKERS Shibuya. Stick around for that.
この後選手コート一周時のハイタッチは安全面に考慮しまして、プレミアムシートコートサイド1列目、コートエンド1列目、プレイヤーシート
コーチより勝利した喜びをファンの皆様に伝えていただきます。
Good evening, everyone. Konbawa. It is so good to see you in Aoyama Gaikun Arena after 6th of January. First weekend home. Thank you so much for coming in this number and being so loud and being so supportive.
はい、まずはですね、この青学での体感、皆様にお久しぶりに会えて本当に嬉しく思ってます。本当に最後ここでプレーできたのが6月6日だったということで、それ以来のですね、本当に、試合になったわけですけども、この皆さん本当に声援ありがとうございます。
I know our color is yellow, but you look good in orange. It was so good to see you out there.
実際は僕たち黄色なんですけども、皆さん、オレンジがとても似合ってます。
So, for us, every game do or die. We saw our players coming hard. Kyoto team, nothing to lose. Cannot get to playoff, cannot get out of B.LEAGUE. So, very relaxed. We had seen some outstanding performances by some of their players, and it was a very tough game to chase from the minute one to the last moment.
はい、もうここからですね、私たちにとっては一戦一戦がもうやるかやられるかの戦いになってきます。そしてですね、この京都さんはもう正直ですね、B2 に下がることもなく、プレーオフに進むこともない、実はそんなチームかもしれません。ですが、その中でですね、リラックスして本当に素晴らしい選手たちの活躍が京都さんにはありました。私たちですね、しっかり、ここは戦ってですね、勝てたこと、この40分間ですね、本当に、気を抜けない40分間でしたけども、勝てたことを本当に嬉しく思います。
So, it was difficult moments, all those 3 points pouring in, and I commend my players on coming back in the second half and pushing it over and grabbing the game and eventually prevailing and winning that game.
はい、まずはですね、前半本当にスリーポイントを京都さんに、思いっきりやられてしまってですね、後半ハーフタイム中にですね、後半は絶対に、僕たちのゲームにするんだ、俺らがこのゲームを支配するんだ、そういうふうに伝えました。
Let's give them, please. They're very tired. They're strong push. It wouldn't happen if you were not there in that orange SUNROCKERS Nation t-shirts and supporting us. Thank you so much for coming, and let's all get back tomorrow because it's a do or die again for SUNROCKERS. ありがとうございます。
はい、この難しいゲームをですね、皆様の声援なし、そしてオレンジに染まったこの一体感がなければ勝つことができませんでした。明日もですね、本当に、死ぬ気でやっていきますので、ぜひ皆さん応援のほどよろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。ルカヘッドコーチからのお言葉でした。さあ、今シーズンも株式会社リクシルより活躍した選手へ称賛の意味を込めてリクシル賞が贈られます。本日は株式会社リクシル代表執行役社長兼 CEO 瀬戸様にご来場をいただいております。いつも瀬戸様ありがとうございます。さあ、それでは本日のリクシル賞の発表です。受賞者はお二人いらっしゃいます。さあ、それではまずはお一人目、13番田中大地選手、そして続いてナンバー5アンソニー・クレモンズ選手。さあ、では受賞選手のお二人に瀬戸様よりリクシル賞のパネルを贈呈していただきましょう。おめでとうございます。さあ、それでは記念撮影をさせていただきます。 瀬戸様ありがとうございました。さあそれではお一人ずつお話を聞かせていただきたいと思います。まずは田中選手、タフな試合になりましたが今の率直なお気持ちを聞かせていただけますか。
そうですね、ヘッドコーチも言ったように前半かなり点数決められて自分たち本当にもう後がない状況なので本当に苦しいゲームでしたけどなんとか本当全員で、カムバックして掴み取った大きな一勝だと思います。
前半今おっしゃってたように相手チームのスリーポイントにもかなりやられたところがありましたが後半そんな岡田選手に対するディフェンスがかなり光ったかと思います。そのディフェンスについて何かハーフタイムにお話はあったんでしょうか。
そうですね、1本目をいい形で決めてすごくいい流れでプレーしてたのでヘッドコーチもすごくもっとコンタクトを入れて守るようにっていう風な話があったのでそれを自分がやろうと思いましたしまた明日彼のところがキーになってくると思うので絶対止めないといけないと思ってます。
田中選手、今日は12ポイント4アシストの活躍でいらっしゃるんですけれども第3クォーター特に流れが途切れてしまいそうになるときや最後の同点に追いつくスリーポイントを決めていらっしゃいました。あの時のスリーポイントシュート振り返っていかがでしょうか。
いやチームメートがいいパスをくれたので決めるだけだったと思いますしちょっと休んでた分ここからしっかり働きたいと思います。はい、
さあそして有明コロシアム1万人近い歓声もすごかったと思うんですけれども今日の皆さんもう歓声もブーイングもすごい大きかったと思います。聞こえてましたか。
もちろんです。
今日も声を出して支えてくださったサンロッカーズファミリーの皆さんに明日への意気込みをお願いします。
そうですね、本当は明日もう一回いい準備をして、強い戦いをしたいと思うのでまた会場をオレンジに染めてもらって自分もオレンジのユニフォームが一番似合うと思いますし明日もしっかり頑張りたいと思います。ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。田中選手でした。さあ続いてはアンソニー・クレモンズ選手貴重な1勝となりました。今のお気持ちを聞かせてください。
こんばんは。I feel good. Happy we got the win. Total team effort from everybody, from the last guy to the coaches, and to you guys for being here and supporting us and giving us energy.
はい、もう本当に今日のですね勝ちはとても嬉しく思います。でもですねこれっていうのはもう一人の力だけじゃなくてもう全選手たちそしてスタッフ陣もですねみんなで勝ち取った一勝です。そしてここにいる皆さんの力もあって皆さんと勝ち取った一勝だと思います。
第2クォーター、第3クォーターとボールを失いそうになりながらもなんとか全員でボールに食らいついてなんとか得点につなげるというシーンが見受けられました。あの時もサンロッカーズファミリーもかなり湧いていましたけれどもどんなお気持ちでプレーをしていらっしゃったんでしょうか。
You know, our total overall game is predicated on our defense. So when we get stops, we're able to get easy buckets in transition, and we're able to speed our offense up and play at a good pace for all of us to be beneficial.
はい、もう今日の勝ちというのはやはり、そういうディフェンスのところから頑張ってですねストップしてでそれで僕たちのオフェンスをしっかり簡単に、進んでいくっていうのが僕たちのやはりやり方であり勝ち方で今日の勝ちというのもそんな勝ちだったと思いますので、そこっていうのをしっかりですねチームとしても集中して、全員でやっていったっていう、形でした。
さあそしてなんといっても今日は22得点8アシストの活躍でいらっしゃるんですけれども 4クォーターの点の取り合いになった時に追いつく、そして追い越す、そして突き放すスリーポイントを決められました。あのシーン振り返っていかがでしょうか。
Well, I feel good about it. Thanks to my teammates. Thanks to Puma. Thanks to Cheetos. But overall, we knew this game was important. We just had to fight for 40 minutes and do our best and live with the result.
はい、僕たちはですね、この1勝がどれだけ重要かっていうのをまずは認識して、試合入ってたんですけども、40分間その中でもできない時もありました。ですので明日は必ずそこは修正したいと思います。そしてですね、あの瞬間、スリー決められたっていうのも、チームメイトのおかげですし、プーマのおかげ、そしてチートスのおかげです。本当にありがとうございます。
さあ、それでは最後に明日への意気込みを聞かせてください。
Please just continue to support and show your love and be loud as you can and help us with energy. And we will do our best to keep winning games, try to win games.
はい、僕たちはもう明日もですね、勝って、皆様に勝利を届けますので、ぜひ、この愛をください。そして、大きな声援をください。そしてまた引き続きのサポートをよろしくお願いします。本当にありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
ということで本日のリクシル賞、田中選手、アンソニー・クレモンス選手でした。
So there you heard from Anthony Clemens. There on your screens right now, Daiki Tanaka. Well, he mentioned to the fans a while ago, during his interview, he said, I knew Okada was a key player for Kyoto. So I really did hard defense on him. That's exactly what he did. They were able to shut down Okada in the second half. After erupting for 23 in the first half, in the second half, he only had 5. Daiki ended by saying they want to win tomorrow's game as well. So please come off and support the team. Get back-to-back victories here this weekend. Don't go away. We're going to have highlights of the match, and we're also going to have some numbers to break down before we call it a night. Enjoy the highlights here. Hawkinson got off to a very good start. Got the first 2 baskets for 5 points. It was a 5-0 start for the boys in orange. And then Yuta Okada went nuts, scoring 9 straight points. Daiki was trailing him, but still, he made those shots. Steal coming here for Charles Jackson, and he would finish with a slam. He also had a very good first period. He scored 8 points. Look at that step back 3. Making it look so simple was Okada. They found Charles Jackson once again for a couple of big slams. First period ended in favor of Kyoto, 28-21. Nobody could stop Okada in the first 20 minutes of play. Clemens will look inside once again to his big man, and Hawkinson delivers. Look at that ball movement. Getting Genki. An easy shot there. Nice 3 coming from Kevin Jones. He had his moments as well. Here with the easy lay-in. They throw it in. Quick hands from Vendrame. Look at this play. Helter-skelter basketball. But in the end, it's going to be a layup. But watch here how it transpires. Another steal. And then Tanaka delivers the lay-in. Jackson once again took advantage of the much smaller Jeff Gibbs. To cap off a terrific first 2 periods. Another 3 here for Utah. At the half, it was 50-39 in favor of Kyoto. They would change ends. And after being down by 13, the squad of Shibuya started chipping away. Nice look inside. Vendrame with the layup. Off the pass from Josh. Clemens starting to find his range in the third. And then remember, he hit 3 straight threes in the fourth. You never go under a pick if it's Utah with the ball. He'll make you pay. He only had 2 baskets though. In the second half, Ryan Kelly left wide open for this one. That would bring the lead down to just 2. And then they'll push. Save there from Tsuya. And a lay-in for Josh. Gibbs finds an open teammate. And Tanaka delivers. Nice lay-in there to end the third period. And we would be tied at 64. Easy pass. Gibbs scores. He felt that he got hacked more than once here today. Check Diallo had a very good first half, but again in the second period, he was also shut down. Clemens will misfire, but there's Josh Hawkinson for the slam. Much better matchup. 6'10 against 6'10, but still Charles Jackson with an array of moves gets that baby hook to drop. And then here were those dagger threes coming from Anthony. That was the first. Here's the second. Catch and shoot. Swish. Okada with only his second bucket of the second half. And then to seal the deal, step back three for Anthony Clemens. 3 threes in the last 2 minutes. And then this one just for good measure. Vendrame says, time to go home. Shibuya shooting much better now from 2-point distance. 63% as compared to 51%. They also had 2 more threes, despite the fact that they shot much lower from 3-point distance. Free throw numbers just about the same. But one of the major factors why Kyoto is going to be a loser here is because of those 15 turnovers. Only 8 turnovers for the squad of Shibuya. Look at that, 16-7. Those are the points of turnovers. Just too many easy baskets. 34-40. Those are the points in the paint. It was +6 for Kyoto HANNARYZ. Also +6. 9-15 were second chance points. That kept them in the ball game. 24-16 +8. Those are the best points. Not really too many players coming off the bench here for Shibuya, but they still were able to outscore their counterparts. Look at the leaders here in the respective categories. 22 points for Clemens, 12 rebounds for Hawkinson, and 8 assists for Anthony. On the flip side, 28 points for Okada, 11 rebounds for Jackson, and 7 dimes for Yuta Okada. We're going to have our key matchup for you in a bit. First, let's show you more scoring numbers. 21 points for Hawkinson, 12 points as well for Daiki Tanaka. Okada was backed up by the 25 points of Charles Jackson and the 13 marks of Check Diallo. Rebounding numbers. 4 boards for Gibbs and also 3 for Clemens. For Kyoto HANNARYZ, 8 boards for Kevin Jones and also 7 for Check. Here are the assists. 8, 5, and 4 for Clemens, Gibbs, and Tanaka respectively. And for HANNARYZ, 7, 2, and 2 for Okada, Konishi, and Matthew Wright. That's going to do it for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us for B.LEAGUE action here this Saturday evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care. Have a good evening ahead. God bless.